Hello, this is Dawn Takis. This podcast is the point where we talk all things wedding planning in the city of Pittsburgh and beyond. And today I have one of my dear friends with me, Amy Jennings from Jennings Photography. She is a friend and a vendor, a friender.
I think you got that pretty good.
Okay. And so we are going to talk about things regarding weddings and wedding planning today. We have a lot of different subjects that we want to cover, but first, I want you to introduce yourself and say hi to the Pittsburgh Brides community.
Hi, Pittsburgh Brides. My name is Amy Jennings, and I am a wedding photographer with Jennings Photography. I created this business probably about 8 years ago. 2 years of a second photographer, and then the others 6 for just me.
Okay. So what inspired you to get into photography?
Honestly, I have many hats. I've done quite a few different things in my life, but stay-at-home mom was a big one.
Yeah.
And my youngest was ready to go spread his wings into kindergarten, and I was ready to get out of the house and do something. So a friend of mine threw a camera in my face and said, "Show me what you see." I took photos, and she's like, "You need to do this for a living."
Really?
No joke.
Wow.
And I told her she was crazy. But the more and more I just tinkered around with the camera, the more and more I realized, wow, I think I'm pretty good at this.
What about photography and what about that moment captivated you?
It finally showed me I'm not very good with my words all the time. So it was great to be able to take something to take a picture of and show people what I see, and not just in them as people, but like in their background and everything else.
And the scope of things.
Exactly.
And a picture's worth 1,000 words.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
I'm able to capture not only just what is in front of me, but I'm also able to capture like who a person really, really is. And I absolutely love that.
There's a gift to that.
It really is. You have to be very good at reading people. And
yes. You have to have a poker face.
Exactly.
Right. We have to have a poker face just in the wedding industry.
In the wedding industry.
I think that's why I do well with it.
In the wedding industry, you have to have tough skin.
Yeah.
You have to attack this with both feet forward and just rock it.
You have to be resilient.
Don't doubt yourself. Just go for it.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people, and I think the brides, this is something that I think that the brides, Pittsburgh brides across the world, they don't get is the calendar that we exhaust in the wedding industry, meaning that you're doing weddings, like wedding season kicks off and we're working May all the way through October, which is like a really, September, October are the 2 busiest months of the year. And then engagement season starts in November.
Yes.
So the calls are coming in while you're trying to edit film, and people are getting new bling on their hand. They're getting engaged and they're shopping, which goes all the way into February.
Yes.
Maybe. And you're this whole time you're still working, you're still responding to inquiries, you're still doing edits. And then before you know it, it's engagement season again.
Yeah.
Before you know it, it's wedding season again. Right. And so, and the fact, let's talk about that, we work 7 days a week, sometimes 8. I say I work 8 days a week. My husband says I work 18 hours a day. It's way too much. I need to stop.
Yeah, it's a never ending cycle, definitely, in the industry. You're constantly working. You're never stopping. You might think that we're not doing anything, but really in the background, that is the most work I think we do.
It was a big misconception for me when I first got into the wedding industry. I was like, it's going to be great work in the summer and the spring. And I didn't realize, holy cow, here comes the hurricane of,
I'll be able to just do a couple of days a week of working. And I get to go to a party every weekend.
Oh, yeah. That's a big misconception.
It's a lot. It's a lot getting to know your people, getting to know your couples, getting to know their families. And understanding what that person needs for their wedding day takes a lot of getting to know somebody.
Sure.
And you're getting a relationship with them.
So let's talk about that a little bit, because one of the things I love about Pittsburgh, and I was born and raised here, and then I moved to Texas, and I was in Texas for many, many years, and my mom needed my help. So I moved back to Pittsburgh in 2005. And that's when I met my husband, Billy. We got married, and it was happily ever after. I know. I love Billy too.
I love him so much.
I love him too. But that stated, I was in the event space there. And then when I came back, right into doing events with Billy here in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is a very artistic town.
It really is.
Andy Warhol, the most famous artist in American history is from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And I think that just kind of pyramids down and it trickles down where it's just engulfed in our culture in classes when we're growing up. And it's a very big art city. And that stated, there's a lot of photographers in the city of Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
And so how do couples, when they're shopping for a photographer, they need to weed the field.
Yes.
Right? And communication and understanding what you see is what you get, but only if you have great communication. Talk to me about that.
You need extremely good, great communication with your vendors, not just your photographer, but your vendors. Get to know your vendors, but also we're going to get to know you as well. And we really, really need to know what you want in your day and how you see it in your brain in order for us to be able to execute the day.
Sure.
Perfectly.
Sure.
Now, of course, perfection is rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
But
the yellow brick road.
We would love to have perfection, but we're going to, as vendors, we're going to try.
Sure.
We're
absolutely.
Definitely going to try.
Well, and one of the things that I think most couples do not consider is all the things that can and will go wrong at your wedding that you just have no anticipation, no way of expecting. It's traffic, it's human behavior, it's delays on the parkway, it's a storm that comes in that's unexpected. There's so many variables there. There can be something wrong with one of the vendors. Maybe they have a flat tire. It's the God only knows, as my husband likes to say. God only knows what can happen. And I think that's another reason why you really need to get to know your vendors and you get to trust them, because when those type of scenarios happen, and if they happen, they either they have your back and that they're going to break a leg to get there to do your wedding, or they're going to cover for the vendor that maybe is having an issue or problem, or the venue that's having a problem, or the meltdown that's happening in the bridal party because somebody forgot their shoes, right?
Yes.
There's all these things that can happen that can disrupt the day and change the dynamics of everything. And, that's part of your job.
As a photographer, we see everything.
Yeah.
We are seeing the good, bad, and ugly. So we are always going to be the ones that pick up the slack where something is not losing sight of. So I try to go in, oh no, somebody's shoe isn't fitting right. We're getting that shoe on. Somebody has a rip in their dress. Step up if you have time. Let's get it done. And that's I'm good at that. So that's what I do. I just do everything I can to pick up where it's being left behind. Not just being a photographer as well, but us as wedding vendors, that's what we are. We pick up that hat when we need to.
The white hat.
The mini hat.
The little mini white hat.
The little mini hat that we just need to say, you know what? I may not be a florist, but I'm going to put this boutonniere on. Oh, maybe not be a cake decorator. But I can put the extra flower there. It's just things that you just need to be able to execute it correctly.
And I think a lot of people that get into the industry, and God bless, there's a lot of photographers.
Don't know.
they don't get that.
They don't.
You know, when you work a job 40 hours a week and then you take a dive into entrepreneurship and you're doing a side gig like a photographer, some people have the misconception like, oh, I'm just going to do some weddings on Saturdays. It's going to be great. I'm going to make some extra money. And they don't really understand the entire scope of the workload
Right.
and what that includes, including that you're not clocking in and clocking out. Like when
No.
brides say, what time are you going to be here? And I'm like, I'm going to be there as early as I possibly can to get
Yes.
everything set and prepared. And I'm probably going to be one of the last people to go home. And that's just the roll of the dice. That's how
Yes.
it works. Like my contract says service hours are from this time to this time, but it doesn't work out that way. It
never does. And it never will either.
Yeah.
I might say that I'm there. Like if you hire me for 6 hours, bet your bottom dollar I'm not going to be there for 6 hours.
Right. You know
I'm
what?
going to be there much longer because I can't watch a train go off its tracks. I always have to keep it on the track.
Yeah.
I guess that's just, I don't know, maybe me.
That makes you good at what you do. And it's that passion that you have for your profession that shines through and makes you get up early and pack everything and make sure your batteries are charged and your suitcases are packed and everything's good to
Yes.
go. So, and you have backup upon backup. I'm sure, you know, I've had this conversation with other photographers, but you are fully prepared for belts and suspenders like a Boy Scout.
Yes, I have at least 7 cameras, not just at home, but I also carry at least 5 to 6 in my bag. Like I have backup beyond backup beyond backup. And if my husband is doing the videography side on that day, we have another 4 backing that up.
Yeah.
We have so many different cameras and we don't mess around. We're mortified. If you think that the boogeyman is scary, can you imagine telling a bride you don't have a camera? That's scary.
Yeah, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. There's nothing
It's not
funny about
but
it.
Ultimately, it's this. That's what a lot of photographers are scared of. We are scared of not having enough equipment.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll take that into account. I will back up to the backup to the backup.
Yeah. Belts and suspenders, Boy Scout,
Yes.
Girl Scout, because we're girls, right?
Is this the
I think that's the Boy Scout.
Is that the Boy Scout? How much I know being that.
So I love your story that somebody basically just put a camera in your hand and you now have almost 8 years under your belt total.
Yes.
Doing weddings. And so let's circle back to communication because I think this is with the current generation of brides, I think they do their due diligence and they go and they find and they look and they're inspired and they see things on Instagram and then they hire you and then they get busy wedding planning.
Yes.
And then somewhere in there, you lose a little bit of a really important connection that you need to execute. So let's talk about that a little bit.
I think a lot of times I get caught up with my couples, getting to know them so much. We end up being like besties because I end up getting to know who they are and what they want in their day, that we end up, we did not get a photo list. What do you mean we don't have a photo list? Well, we need to get a photo list.
Yeah.
And so that's what I try to do maybe 3 to 4 months out.
Sure.
I try to do a timeline and a photo list.
Right.
And really break it down with the couple.
Right.
And show them what is doable and what is not. We don't want to overdo their expectations and then when something doesn't go right, I don't want them to be all sad. So I want to make sure that they understand
their preconceived notion that they're hiring a photographer and that you have that under control doesn't specify I want a picture with this aunt. She's very important to me.
Yes.
Or I want this picture with my husband, our first look where we're not looking at each other. So it's really important that you have that in writing, because who knows what's going to happen that day, what's going to derail. Things are going to go awry. People are going to be late. Things are going to happen. It's the God only knows what. So having something documented that you can refer back to, and that, hey, we've executed all of this. I mean, a simple one is weather, right? Weather can affect your timeline.
It really does. It does. But you also have to remember this too, is that I tell this to my clients. Your wedding day is not a photo shoot. Your wedding day is the best day of your life.
Yeah.
Quit worrying about the epic shots, because 95% of the time, I'm going to tell you, if you really, really want those epic shots, I'll meet you next Saturday right here and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah.
If I have to pay for the extra hair and makeup, you do whatever it takes to get that shot.
Sure. And I think that's part of it, because we're living in a culture where they're shopping online, they're going to Instagram and Pinterest, and they're seeing all these beautiful compositions, and it's inspiring them, which is great.
Yes.
You want them to be inspired. But the reality of those photos is what, Amy? I know you know the deets on this.
Styled shoots. They're styled.
And why do people do styled shoots? What is the purpose of that?
To sell themselves.
Yeah, marketing.
Our marketing. That's it. Yeah. You guys, you have to understand that these vendors are spending days, hours on these photos with no interruptions.
Right.
0 interruptions. And if they don't like a certain napkin spot placement, we could adjust that. In weddings, no. We don't all have all the time in the world.
No.
And that's also a big thing why whenever that comes back to communication. We have to start talking about what you really, really want.
Right. A seniority order.
Please. We can't have all cook. We can't have all the cooks in one kitchen.
Yeah.
We got to have a chef.
Yeah.
And
this is on the menu.
This is exactly it.
This is what
we're not adding anything extra or taking anything away.
Yeah.
No, the only reason why we should ever go rogue is if everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
And I really don't. I've never seen that.
Or everything goes right.
Or everything goes right,
you
then
have a beautiful rainbow.
Oh my God.
A golden hour, and somebody says there's a rainbow.
You better believe I'm pulling
stop
you.
Eating. Let's go.
You better believe that you're going to be running with a mouthful of food in your mouth.
Yeah. Photographer, check my teeth.
Yep. No, I don't care about your teeth. I'm going to Photoshop that out. No, if I do see something that's breathtaking to the point where I need you to be able to be like, yes, ma'am, let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's nail it. Let's talk a little bit about that communication. I want to take that a little bit further, though. That communication has to be not just when they book you, but all the way through that process.
All the way through.
And kind of staying tuned. And yes, we're getting to know each other. We're friendly and everything. But is there anything else you wanted to add to your list? Is there anything else, any unexpected guests that are now coming into town that you want to make sure that you get a photo of? Is there 2 dresses? Have you decided now that you're going to have 2 dresses and you want to highlight both of them? These are things that you need to update your photographer on along the way.
Also, too, what really, really helps is with coordinators and photographers together. We work hand in hand. I love my coordinators. Love them so much. But every now and then it would be really, really nice to let us know about little family drama stuff. For example, I'm sorry. I don't want to get my head chewed off by mom because I put her next to her ex-husband.
Oh, yeah.
We need to know those things.
Yeah.
Please just let us know so, we can avoid those and sway away from those.
Yeah.
Because we really don't want, we just don't want to. We don't want to be able to split up fights.
Yeah.
And I've seen it.
Yeah.
I have seen it.
No.
So I want to be able to make sure that I'm there to be able to avoid people from getting into arguments. So we'll just.
So because we're talking about it, tell me what You don't have to disclose names, but what was the one this year, 2025, that you went, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening?
Oh my gosh. I'm ready to spill. I'm going to spill the tea now. I'm going to spill the tea. So I had this bride that absolutely hated, and I mean hated, her mother-in-law, to the point where she wants me to edit every single picture of her mother-in-law out. And then on top of that, she didn't want me to spend any time with her groom's side of the family taking pictures. She is so angry with me. And all I felt is that whether or not, I need you to put all of your feelings and your anger or whatever you have, push it to the side, because we need to focus on what is the most important part of your day. Your most important part of your day is that you got married to the love of your life.
Right.
And whether or not you like the person,
sure,
the family members, you still have to understand that you love the person that you married and that they love their mom. They love their family, whether or not you like them or not. You need to swallow your pride and smile.
Yeah.
And what's the worst that can happen? Oh no, you have a picture of your mother-in-law. Cut it. Throw darts at it.
Right.
Whatever. As long as you still have it. Like, you need to have that picture, because you don't know 20 years down the line when she becomes your best friend.
Yeah.
You have zero pictures of her because you hated her or she did something dirty to you. I don't know the situation. All I know is that if your husband loves their mom, respect that.
I agree.
And if you can't respect that, maybe you need to reevaluate whether or not you're getting married or not.
And relationships will change through the years.
Of course.
Yeah. The feelings that you have for them at 20 or 25 are going to change as you have children in 35 and 40, and people evolve.
So my husband and I have been together for 17 years. And I can tell you right now that I don't love him the same amount as I loved him when I got married. I love him 10 times more.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. I love you, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely changes. It changes the other way.
We'll just assume that there's no such thing and everybody lives happily ever after.
Yeah, that's what we do. Like that's the signature on our profile of everything that we do, right? We're here for the forever after. So let's circle back to the styled shoots, because we were talking about that, the couples, they go to Instagram, they go to Pinterest, and they're really excited and they are inspired and they seek and they shop and they find a photographer and they're hoping that photographer can execute what is their vision board that they put together of all these specific things, which for the most part, a lot of those things are repetitive and you've seen them before and you know how to execute them. But a lot of them are marketing styled shoots.
They really are.
And wedding planners and venues got together and created a styled shoot, hired professional models to come in.
Yes.
And they spent hours. They had cameras, they had lights, they had all these things, tools that you don't have.
I don't have on your wedding day.
You don't have external lighting. You don't have external flash. Maybe you have a flash on your camera, but you don't have the lights like we have today. Like, you don't have studio lights. You can't recreate those things. And I think that there's a miss there. They don't understand that.
Yes. So you have to also understand too that whenever you do see those type of things where there's soft boxes everywhere, you have to realize that is an exceptional budget. Like some of these Indian weddings, for example.
Okay.
They're hundreds of thousands of dollars displaying these photos.
Right.
I would love to do them. Absolutely.
Yeah. What's your budget?
Yeah. What is your budget? Yeah. Don't expect a $100,000 picture when you're wanting to give me half of that.
Yeah.
I'll bring in a whole team if you need me to.
Exactly. It's all relevant. And there's such a thing as bridal portraits, which, we kind of dabbled in that a little bit with the redo of the
I love them. Actually, a lot of overseers, international brides.
Yes.
They do
the
bridal portraits before their wedding day. I want to make it popular again, honestly, because I love them. They're so much fun. I can spend all the time in the world with the bride and groom, getting
No distractions.
no distractions, none.
No people saying, I need you. You need to do this. It's time to eat. It's time to do this. It's time to.
No, there's no
Nothing.
distractions, none. And I love it. I love it. And then it also takes the portrait session that you had beforehand or after.
Yeah.
You have more time now for your wedding day. Like, I don't have to pull time for those
really
portraits.
Good point. That's a good point.
If you want to spend that time with your friends and family on your wedding day, which it's your wedding day, it's not a photo shoot.
Yeah.
I want to be able to take that time I want to be able to do something for you.
It goes by so quickly, and that's the biggest.
It really does.
That's the biggest regret that most couples have, that they don't realize how quickly that day goes by. You've been waiting for it like a kid for Christmas, for 2 years, and then all of a sudden it's here, and then it's like bam, it's over.
Gone.
It's like Christmas morning, opening up all the presents, and then it's done.
It's like what?
Same
what
thing.
Just happened?
Yeah, it's over. And they don't realize that. And so there is a great deal of value in doing bridal portraits and working that in. I think I actually would almost be, if I was getting married and I was young again, right? And I was, I don't want to do that. But if I was going to relive that moment and be privileged to some of the things that we're privileged to here in 2025, I would have absolutely done the bridal portraits.
Yes.
As opposed to an engagement shoot.
Amen.
Because the bridal portraits, like you said, it's going to save time on your wedding day. You're in your dress, your makeup. It's basically a first look. You guys get to see each other. You can execute that as well. But then you still have the romance and the intimacy of the ceremony. And you still have a photographer, but it's more like a candid.
So that's something that would be great to discuss, Dawn. I think we need to show first. We definitely, when there is a complimentary engagement session, take it. That is your chance to get to know your photographer just as much as your photographer is getting to know you.
Right.
It is very important because if you guys don't click on that day, we're not clicking on your wedding day. Your wedding day is so busy that you need to know who is behind the camera.
Basically your shadow all day. So you
really
have to really like them.
Yes.
You have to know that you're comfortable with them. You have to be able to speak freely to them and say, you know what, you're driving me a little crazy, Amy. Leave me alone for a few minutes.
Yes, please, somebody just tell me that. Yeah. If I'm bugging you, just say it, because that's also another thing of communication. If you want a herd of puppies going down your aisle, just say it. Just tell us.
Yeah.
If you don't like your makeup on that day, we're good. Just say something so we can fix it. All vendors want to say that.
Sure.
We just want you to be honest with us. We love you.
Yeah.
So just let us help you help you.
Yeah. Well, and it's helping you execute your vision of what you want that day, but that requires communication.
Right. That goes right back to communication. Whenever you're talking about communication and timelines and things, I call it human proof it.
Okay.
Human proof your timeline. Okay. Sorry, at 5:00 when you're walking away after you're done with your ceremony, I can guarantee you 100%, bet your bottom dollar, we're not taking pictures at 5:01.
Right.
We are taking pictures at 5:15.
Yeah, you might have to go to the little girl's room. You have to human proof it.
Human proof it. Yeah. Make sure that it is so stretched out to where you can slow down, where you can relax and enjoy your wedding day.
Buffer time in between, so that you can do things.
I always add time, and a lot of times I do get a lot of not couples per se, but family members where they're like, why do we need 15 minutes to...
Yeah. They want to critique the timeline, but they don't understand what it takes and the human behavior factor.
Exactly.
All of those things included. So just to circle back to, we were talking about, you have to realize that you're dealing with humans at a wedding. Yes. It's not a style shoot. It's not a bridal shoot. It's a wedding. And there's going to be people drinking alcohol.
Yes.
That's going to have an impact on everything. And so whatever timeline is created, not to disrespect anyone's timeline, any wedding planner, what have you, but that has to have a little bit of flex because of human behavior.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
because of essentially human need. Humans have to go to the ladies' room. They have to touch up their lipstick. You have to make a phone call that's urgent, whatever. Like there's all these things that are going to derail what you think is the perfect timeline. And so there has to be that buffer time in there, right?
Right. Also, too, you have to understand how to read the room as well. The photographer needs to make sure that they are able to herd all of these people to get into the shot and with an efficient time.
Sure.
So you have to be able to be authoritative, but also at the same time patient and kind.
Yes.
You can't push grandma into a picture.
Chop, pay attention.
Like, let's go, hurry up.
Yeah, hurry up.
But
Come
also,
on, we got a shoot to do.
But also at the same time, I have to be like, Uncle Bob, Aunt Betty, put your phone down. Get in the picture. Let's go. Let's do this. Smile, guys. Click, click. And then start with the next thing. If you don't become authoritative at that point, everything can go hoopla.
And that's why it's important to do the engagement shoot and get to know your photographer, because you don't want to be working with an a-hole on your wedding day. You want to know that they have the ability to be authoritative and control the chaos, execute, but do so in a manner that isn't going to offend anyone.
Right. So I always start with my when I start with the whole family pictures, I do make an announcement and I do say, look, I'm sorry. My voice carries. I am loud and I'm bossy right now, but just know that it's nothing personal. It's just as simple. I want to get you to your, I want you to get to your cocktail hour and reception because I'm hungry too.
Yeah. Right. I've been working all day. I need food. I'm hungry.
I want a cherry Pepsi. But that's where I really,
girl?
I love Pepsi. Yeah. It's kind of like my drug. You can go ahead and you can IV that.
Really? My mom was a Pepsi girl too. And she would let it sit overnight and then she could wake up in the morning and drink it warm. And my brothers and sisters were like, it's so gross. But she was like, it was like blood in her vein. And all the years of her life. Like, and as she got older and she was in the nursing home, she'd have the 2-liter there of Pepsi.
My husband shakes it because he doesn't like the fizz. And I'm like, you're an abomination. Ugh.
I think Pepsi is a Pittsburgher thing too.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Pittsburghian. Yeah. That's what I call it, Pittsburghian.
Yeah, it's more popular here than it is in other areas that I've been to, living in the South for as long as I did. But all good advice, really good insights, Amy. I really appreciate you sharing this with the brides because it's important to them because they don't know what they don't know. And sometimes they take for granted, like, I really don't want to do an engagement session or, can we maybe do a bridal portrait session in lieu of, that's maybe a question you could ask your photographer. They might bite on that.
That's totally fine. You don't necessarily need to do a engagement session. Fine. Just come meet us.
Yeah.
We would love to sit down and have dinner with you.
Yeah.
And of course, it's always on us because it's a business write-off.
Sure. And again, that person is your shadow for the day.
Yes. You have
all day.
Yes. We are like your paid BFF for that day. We'll do anything and everything to make sure that your day goes exactly right, except hide bodies. We're not doing that for you, dear.
Okay. And then here's one of my things that kind of gives me a little kink in my neck when I'm at weddings. And I never say anything because you always want to be respectful to everybody. But I've seen some photographers show up to work.
Oh, no. I don't want to. Do I want to know this?
And like yoga pants.
Please stop.
Or khaki shorts and flip-flops. And I'm just like, am I off? Maybe it's my generation. Maybe I'm just old.
No.
Maybe but I think if you're going to a wedding, how hard is it to wear black pants and a black slacks and black shoes? How hard is it just to be you kind of blend into the room and you're not so wearing something that's so outrageous that everybody notices?
You need to blend in. You're the photographer.
Yeah.
You need to blend. You need to make sure that people don't see you, that
Right.
you're taking a candid picture of them, because if they feel weird,
Yeah.
they're going to look weird in the picture.
Right. Or what about, I just did a wedding. I'm not going to say where, but this one photographer, she was wearing the tight leggings and a tight tank top and a baseball cap. And, it was kind of like what you would wear to the gym. And she was hot. I'm not going to say she wasn't. She was good looking.
Mm-hmm.
But how distracting would that be?
That's extremely distracting.
To the groomsmen, the fathers, the grandfathers,
I don't
maybe
want
some girls. I don't know. You don't want anyone there that is distracting them.
It's distraction mainly. If you're distracting the whole entire wedding and taking their eyes, other people's eyes off of the bride and groom,
or off the camera,
or off of anything.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Sometimes I like that distraction away so they don't see me, so I'm grabbing a picture.
Sure, candid.
But if you're causing me to edit you out of a photo, chances are you're a distraction.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your business and you jumping in, that's important. I want to come in there and I want you to take me seriously. If I'm wearing flip-flops and a tank top, I'm not expecting you to take me seriously at all.
It's respect.
It really, really is.
It is respect. You're not a guest at the wedding, but you're also not kitchen staff.
Exactly.
You're not back of the house.
You are being seen by anyone and everything, and also how you treat other people as well.
Yeah.
It is very important as your photographer and videographer we are to treat everybody kind, and doesn't matter what you look like or who you are or what religion you are, you need to treat everybody with dignity and respect.
Yeah.
And if you cannot do that, you are not in the right field.
Sure. And I think sometimes too,
and respect yourself.
You have to respect yourself, but when you're working, this photography work scope is so much different than studio or styled.
It really is.
Because there's the dynamic of all these people around you and they're asking questions and they want something from you. Hey, can I get a picture with the bride? Or hey, we need to eat dinner because we traveled so far. Can we go? And just because you look like you're an official person at the wedding, they think that maybe you have the answers for them. And that in itself can be something that you have to learn how to navigate. And that's good professional skills. And it's say, you know what, dear, I don't know the answer to that, but I'll find out. Not, excuse me, I'm taking pictures or something. I've seen some very rude photographers.
I have as well. So it comes back to, once again, communication.
Right.
It's about telling me, do you want me to stop taking a picture of Aunt Betty to go take a picture with Aunt Nancy over here with Uncle Bob?
Yeah.
Is that what you would like me to do? Is there stuff that you want me to avoid, or is there stuff that you want me to pour into?
Let me ask you a question. I have a question for you.
You got it.
Who's your boss on the wedding day?
My bride and groom.
Right. And do you ever find that becomes a dynamic?
Yes. I run into this where the bride and groom don't tell their family and friends what type of relationship that I have with them.
Yeah.
And then they come in guns a-blazing, all protective of their bride and groom. What they don't realize is that I'm doing exactly what the bride and groom are telling me to do. Right. And then I have to tell mom, hey, mom, it's okay.
Yeah.
I got this.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
Please, I am begging you.
Yeah.
Trust in me.
Yeah.
Because your daughter or son trusted me.
Yeah.
And just know that when maybe it's just me,
Yeah.
but when I get to know my clients, I get to love them.
Yeah.
And they become my friends.
Right.
So I'm not going to do
Sure.
anything that I wouldn't do for my friend, if
Sure.
that makes sense.
And for me, I get the same thing too. Like we'll show up on set and we've already gone through the rundown of where the bride and groom want the photo booth, or they want the camper, or, you know, where they want the DJ, anything like that that revolves around entertainment. And then I'll walk in and the venue coordinator is like, yeah, we're going to put you here. And I'm like, all due respect, you didn't sign the check. Like, I want to make sure that the couple, and I don't want to intrude on the couple in any way or capacity, but this is what they told me. And I have to pull up emails and I have to show, and I'm like, look, this is what they said. This is where it's supposed to be. And it's cumbersome to have to do that when you're trying to load in equipment and you're trying to get everything set and you're on a tight pipeline.
Yep.
And that comes back to the same word we've been talking about.
Communication.
If the bride and groom had told the VC or the venue coordinator or the wedding planner and said, hey, Dawn and I have already gone through exactly where the camper's going to go, exactly the way that it's facing. I trust her implicitly. If there's any problems and she has to mitigate those problems and it's not exactly as we had originally thought, I trust her to make a good decision, an executive decision to handle that. I do not need someone else coming, you know, from another direction.
That's where we need to learn where we need to stay in our lane.
Yes.
And
well, the venue coordinator, with all due respect, it is their venue, it is their lane. But I had
to an extent, though, Dawn, these people have paid tens of thousands of dollars to be at this event. And if they have these vendors that they also paid a lot of money for, the venue needs to help us out.
Right.
They're the ones that are hosting us.
Right. I had these two brides getting married in Johnstown this summer, and we pulled in. It's a small driveway with a camper, and they literally wanted us to back up the camper right to the house. The wedding is here, the reception is here, and the house is in the middle. And they wanted us to put the camper like right here. So there's
no way of,
and the door to the camper was on this side. So, like, the people coming from for cocktail hour, we're not going to see. And I was like, this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Right.
And the wedding planner, she's like, well, that's where I want it. And I'm like, well, I'm telling you, it makes no sense whatsoever. First of all, it's an obstruction. It's not an asset.
Fire.
I said, if we put it exactly. And I said, and if we put it over here, so you have the ceremony, you have the house, you have the reception, and then there's a driveway, and then we put the camper right here. It's cute. They can see it from here. They can see it from here. We play a little bit of music in there. It doesn't interfere with the DJ. They know that we're there. We're only 20 feet away from the house, and it's not all like congested where you would literally have to walk around the camper to get into the reception. And for elderly, you know, those are things that we think of as well.
Yes.
So, like, sometimes again, it comes back to communication and trust in your vendors.
It's not even, I think we also need to keep in mind that our vendors, for some reason, can't trust other vendors. Like, there's just at times where it's just,
at times
we get set on something. Like, I've run into a lot of venues that are it's just another wedding. We're doing it this way. This is how we've done it for 20 some years.
Right. And they're very comfortable with that.
And they're extremely comfortable. And I
get the same thing.
And I'm just sitting
we always put the photo booth here.
Like,
this is where we always put it.
Like, can we relax a little, please? But also too, don't get me wrong, coordinators, I love you. I love you so much. I love you. Increase the events. Love you. I love you.
I love all my wedding
I
planners.
love them all.
I love
them all.
And I love when brides and grooms connect their wedding planners with their vendors early. Don't do it 30 days before the wedding.
Please.
Do it out a year. Please do not make us have to like re-inform them of every little detail.
Stop making timelines like a month or two before the wedding. Make a rough draft timeline 6 months out.
Yeah.
6 months out, because that's when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just extra, I guess, but that's just what I do.
I get it. So I want to get into a conversation, but I want to pause for a moment. Can we take a little pause break?
Yep.
And we're back. So Amy, I like to read some of the things that brides state when they're having problems or issues in the group. It's a really good resource, Pittsburgh Brides, for us to kind of connect with the community and get feedback from them and help answer some of the questions. And that's what this podcast is all about.
Yes.
Is so that we can help them with some of those questions. So recently, one of the brides had left a comment in the group about, she was asking her photographer about the raw files, if she could get them. And she said she got a little bit of pushback from the photographer on that subject. And I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So I think what brides and grooms lose sight of is what a raw file really is. They automatically think that a raw file is unedited. Yes, of course, to an extent, though. A unedited image can be it could be darker, it could be gloomier until we put it on our Photoshop.
Okay.
And that's where you have to find your photographer as well based on their editing style and what you like and what you want to see.
Their editing style.
Okay. So for example, I am a true to color photographer. What you see outside is exactly what it's going to look like in your pictures. Okay. So green is green, blue is blue.
Okay.
Yellow is yellow. There's other photographers that do different editing styles, like dark and moody.
Okay.
Where they showcase more shadows and little more lighting situations. They really manipulate shadows and harsh lighting.
Okay.
Beautiful. They really do amazing work. However, it's just not my cup of tea, so I choose more of the editing style of true to color, vibrant photography.
And that's all done from the raw files because you're shooting in raw. Do you shoot just in raw or do you shoot raw and JPEG?
No, just raw.
Okay.
Because I'm able to take those photos and turn them into what you're actually seeing outside.
Okay.
Now, when you ask for raw files, sometimes you are asking the photographer, I don't like your editing style. I don't like and I'm going to take those pictures and I'm going to take them to somebody else or do it yourself. But what you're not realizing is that we're not adding filters. There's some photographers that do filters.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, we're taking hours. And I mean hours.
Yeah.
Of making your photos perfect.
That is part of what you're paying for.
Exactly. So that's why you need to, when you do your due diligence, stop asking a dark and moody photographer to be bright and colorful.
Right.
Ain't gonna happen.
And going back to the raw files.
Back to the raw files.
I think there's maybe a little misconception that they understand that those files are raw, or maybe they think that raw means everything. Because obviously, how many pictures do you take at a wedding, or how much video footage that you take, and how much is unusable, right?
So what happens is that with a raw file, it is a different format of a photo.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of times as a person that doesn't do photography, sometimes you can't even open those on your computer.
Correct.
You have to have a certain special software on your computer to be able to open up those files.
Right.
And for example, for me, I like to photograph a little bit darker. So when I put them in my Photoshop, I'm able to brighten up my colors a lot better.
Okay.
So I I base it, that's how the raw files look, is dark,
Right.
until I decide to color them up.
Okay.
Now I could make it 100% SOOC, which is straight out of camera.
Okay.
Totally can do that. And then I would probably put it out as a JPEG at that point.
Okay.
And then at that point, you don't have the creative ability as much on a JPEG than you do on a raw file.
Do you think that the couples are asking for the raw footage because they want editing capabilities, or do you think there's another reason?
I believe, honestly, whenever somebody tells me that they want the raw footage, I believe that they're afraid that we're cutting big moments of their day. Like,
That's
we
a good
just
point.
want all of the raws, but really in reality, a lot of videographers actually shoot on a gray scale.
Okay.
And a gray scale is where everything is like dark gray, light gray,
Right.
all gray.
Right.
So when they take it into their Premiere Pro, they're fixing the colors the way that they need to be, or based on what your photo and video team want it to look.
Right. So they're not, it's not a loss of footage
No.
in the raws, and that's maybe the misconception.
I think it really is. I think a lot of you guys are believing that we're cutting because it's irrelevant to the footage or anything.
Yeah.
But the only thing that we're cutting is video of our shoes.
Right. Or something that's
something that's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Really, it takes time to cut things.
Oh yeah. Editing is a big part.
It is. Editing is a lot.
Yeah.
And we're not going to take the extra time to cut out grandma.
Yeah.
Because we feel it's irrelevant. We're not doing that.
Sure.
We're not.
Sure. I'm going to ask you, hero or zero on some things.
Oh, I love this.
You love this?
Yes, I love this.
Giving mom the bridal bouquet.
Hero.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. Me too. That's a trend that, like, nothing significant for mom, right? And it's so epic that they've done that.
Moms deserve it.
Yeah.
Moms don't get enough
Yeah.
of the appreciation as much as they get from their dads. Don't get me wrong. Daddy's girls, fathers that have daughters. Yeah. It takes a special man. It really does. But there's something about that mom. I wish that I would have done that.
Yeah.
13 years ago.
And they're probably the ones working the hardest for you for the wedding to execute it.
My mom was such a soldier. Yeah. And she deserved it. She deserved every single piece of those flowers. And yeah, I'd go for it. Why throw away something that is absolutely stunning and that you paid hundreds of dollars for? Yeah. Give it to your mom.
Yeah.
And then preserve it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of people on the Pittsburgh Brides too.
Yeah. Actually, I have some coasters here from Epoxy, but here's another one, hero or zero. Let's talk about, I'm seeing an uptick in getting married on one day in a private ceremony setting with just family, and then having a rad party the next day. Hero. Or zero? Yes. Why?
Hero.
Why?
Because that takes the stress off. Yeah. It's like the photo shoot, the bridal photo shoot. Right. Take all the time in the world to get family pictures and all that stuff, and then change your dress.
Second dress.
Comes into play. And then you can have a blast.
Right. No pressure.
I always tell my brides, my couples, is get your chores done.
Yeah.
The cake, the first dance, the father, daughter, mother, son. Want to get them all done so then you can go out there and party like there's no tomorrow.
Right. But if you have the wedding on one day, intimate family, you're all dressed to the nines, you get all the pictures, all the content that you want, you have complete control. You don't have to worry about timelines, family, dinner, anything. Maybe you have a small dinner with the family when the photographer is done executing what they need. And then the next day, if you have a rad party, it's a 4-hour party.
Yes.
Then there's a couple different things you do. You could bring in another photographer to do candidates. You could also do a social content creator, which is a great way to capture everything with that second dress.
Yeah, duh. I don't
it's a
see.
win-win.
I think it's a win-win.
It's a 48-hour party.
Self-explanatory. Very self-explanatory. Okay.
Yeah.
So if your husband has a problem with that second dress, tell him to go kick rocks.
Yeah.
Wear that dress.
Yeah.
And love it.
And I love splitting the ceremony. I'm going to tell you another reason. Now, this is my take.
Love it.
My take on why it's a hero. Because, and not from a photography standpoint or anything, but it's about respecting the time of your guest. But let's face it, when somebody invites us to a wedding, it's a 12-hour day.
It really is.
By the time you get showered, you get dressed, you drive, you arrive, you're there, you leave the house at 12 o'clock, you're there by 3 o'clock, there's a ceremony, you're waiting during cocktail hour, you're waiting for them to get photos, you're waiting for dinner, you can't leave until the cake is cut in the first dance. And even if you're 80 years old, you're not leaving till 7 or 8 o'clock. Yep. That's an 8-hour day. And most people are going to say to 10 or 11 o'clock. And if you want people to RSVP to your wedding, be respectful of their time.
Yeah.
And if you can shorten that experience for them where it's like, okay, we're going to have a private ceremony, our closest friends and family on this day, and then we're going to have a kick-ass reception the next day. And that's a 4 or 5 hour commitment. I guarantee you, everybody's going to be checking those RSVP boxes.
I also see it as too, is that you're also taking the pressure off yourself alongside of taking pressure off of your vendors and your guests.
Yeah.
Because
they're all the way around
ready and excited to see you, and you're already ready to go.
Right.
So you're not being shoved around 5 different places, because I've seen it.
Right. And the only thing that really, I think, is affected by it is maybe hair and makeup, and if you really want to hire a stylist to come in and do your hair and makeup for your party, then do that. But you don't have to pay for the entire bridal party for a second.
I don't see a problem with that, getting pampered 2 times.
No, I don't see a problem.
No problem.
I don't see a problem with that at all.
I don't see one.
Either. Okay, let's do another hero and zero. So I'm going to show you something, and it's the new color for 2025.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I got a sample of it on a card in the mail, and it's called Minted.
Huh.
And it's a color between chartreuse and lime green. Hero or zero? Be honest.
0.
I'm with you. And I'm going to
0.
I'm going to have, we're going to pop in a screenshot of this because it was in Brides magazine.
Please,
but
no.
It's this color of.
It looks like a highlighter.
It looks like baby throw up to me.
It looks like a highlighter. You're taking away from the bride.
Pantone wedding color of the year 2026. Minted, MINTED, color between lime and yellow. And it's obnoxious. And not only is it obnoxious, what month of the year can you use that color? Maybe June?
Halloween?
Maybe June? Maybe Halloween?
If you want to have a rave party, I guess.
Like, it's a 0 for me, too. Like, first of all, how do you work it into florals? How do you work it into dresses? Who's going to look good in that color? Like, you would have to have like just beautiful dark skin to look good in that color for a dress. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
You're taking, it's a distraction. It's taking away from the bride and groom.
Bam. Yeah. 0.
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Negative 10. Don't take that color seriously. And you know what I hate about the wedding color of the year?
Then it comes into a styled shoot.
You know what I hate about the wedding color of the year? They do it. This is the wedding color of the year for 2026, but no, it's not going to be used this year. Maybe at the end of the year, which is fall, and they're not taking into
27.
They're not taking consideration that color is not appropriate for fall, not in Pittsburgh, not in autumn weddings. It's no way that mixes in to an autumn wedding. I mean, I guess maybe the Grinch. Like for Christmas. But I just don't see it. And so those were my heroes and zeros with you today. I have a little present for you.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Are you excited?
I am.
Okay. Well,
I'm very excited.
Hopefully you like it.
Oh, my goodness. What is
Thank
it,
you,
Dawn?
Amy, for being a contributor for Pittsburgh Brides.
Oh my gosh, I'll wear this with pride. I got a t-shirt.
Yeah, you got a Pittsburgh Brides
I
polo
wear it all the time.
Okay.
I love it so
you
much.
You hinted that you wanted one.
I do, especially when I do go on like some shoots. That the last time we did Arden.
The I do of the redo.
The I do of the redo.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to showcase my business. I wanted to be huge on Pittsburgh Brides. And I just wanted to show off all Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit because I wanted to save that to the end. So, a lot of people don't understand that Pittsburgh Brides is a directory, but it's also a community-driven platform. And when I say that, what I mean by that is we're here to help couples in any situation that they have, whatever that situation is.
Yes.
And I had one that messaged me this morning. She was talking to different vendors and she wasn't clear about what was going on. And she's like, Dawn, can you help me? Or, we've had a makeup artist misbehaving in town lately, taking money and running. And we had the photographer, the videographer.
I saw that. And I was mortified.
50 couples lost their footage. So I'm not even going to go into that. But I want to talk about the angel wedding that we did. Okay. So I'm going to set the stage a little bit. I have a Facebook group. I'm working at home. I'm not really paying attention to anything. And my phone lights up and I look at the thread and there's a girl posting that she's driving in from Boston, that her father is actively dying and that she wants to get married, while he's still here. And is there anyone that could be a photographer for her when she gets married at the hospital? And I just happened to be working at home. I had my laptop on me and I saw it light up. And it wasn't even a group I'm in. That's the weird part. Nobody knows that. I was like not even in this group. It just lit up and I saw it and there was like 150 people had commented that they would help her. And I said, have you found anyone yet? And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to message her. So I messaged her and I said, Miranda, have you found anyone yet? And she's like, well, I found a photographer and he gave me a price, but he's kind of ghosted me. And now this is like 10 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night on a Friday. And I said, okay, well, if you don't hear back from him, I can help you. I know you don't know me, but I'm the founding member of Pittsburgh Brides and I can get a photographer for you. I can get other elements for you if you need anything for your wedding. And I said, all I need to know is when and where. And she said, oh my God, Dawn, that would be take such a burden off of me if you could help me find a photographer. She said, I would love that. And I said, okay, where's the wedding? And she said, it's tomorrow at Shadyside Hospital. And I missed that part in the Facebook post, I guess, because I was emotionally taken back by the words actively dying, that her dad was dying, because I had just recently lost my mom. And I said, okay, I got you. We got this. And I contacted Kara from Caristia Events, wedding planner.
That's all I have is good words.
Yeah. Yeah, she's truly an amazing woman.
She really is.
And then the next message I sent was to you, and I said, Amy, what are you doing tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Shooting a wedding.
And I was like, can you help with this? And so with your help, we hired Lena Reggio to do the hair and makeup, which she did pro bono. She nailed it. And of course, everybody here did everything pro bono. We didn't charge the bride and groom for anything. I want to state that clearly.
No.
There was like 150 people on this thread that were commenting about how much they would do it for, which is fine. Everybody has to make their money, but I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
Because it will take away from the beauty of what unfolded.
Right.
And we get there. Kara and I arrive first. We decorate the guest room, the waiting room of the hospital. We try to camouflage it from a hospital the best that we can with what we have in our suitcase that we packed last night at 10 o'clock, and we woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning
It was beautiful.
heading down there. It was simple, but it fit the mark. We also hired a musician to come in. And when I say hired, he donated his time. Stephen Gallio played guitar. He was
so good.
He was amazing. But this is part of Pittsburgh Brides. This is part of what we do. We are a community, and when the calling comes, we want to be able to do this. And my reason behind this in doing these type of things is it's really simple for me. My dad didn't walk me down the aisle. He died before I was married.
I'm so sorry, Dawn.
That's
a lot.
I have this big weakness for when I see that, and I'm like, anytime that I can help facilitate that and make that happen, I want to make that happen.
Yes.
And so I had this empathy immediately for Miranda, the bride, and the groom, Tyler. And I said, yeah, we're in. We'll do it. And within 30 minutes, I had everybody booked, ready to go. No money. We're not monetizing it. We all donated our time, and we get there.
Sometimes money isn't everything.
It's not everything.
It's really not.
It's
and
not.
That memory that I have of her father walking her down the aisle is priceless.
Yeah.
I will never, ever be able to sell that right there.
Yeah.
I might have never known these people at all.
Yeah.
But my God, I felt like I knew them my whole life.
Yeah.
And
oh, I've got chills.
I know. And I'm already in the emotional sensitive person to begin with. So when somebody talks about their father or mother not being at a certain event because of whatever reason, I'm going to do anything and everything to make sure that it does happen, because I think that's something that we all dream of as little girls.
Sure, it's part of the dream.
Yes.
It's part of the fairy tale. It's part of what we believe in. And we successfully executed. And I would just, you were bawling the entire time that you were taking photos. You were like Niagara Falls, but she wasn't the only one. The entire room was bawling, because when we got there, the nurses told me, they're like, Dawn,
he doesn't have much time left.
He doesn't have the strength to stand up. He's not going to be able to walk her down the aisle.
Well, he sure did get the strength to take her down.
He did.
He told those nurses to go kick rocks. He's going to take his daughter down the aisle, and my goodness, he did.
And Kara and I made the aisle like 4 feet so that they could just wheel him up, and he could just stand up and he could walk her down the aisle. And I, in all of my days, in all the events and everything that I've ever done, I was like watching the reaction of everybody in the room. And in that moment, every man was a father.
Yes.
And every woman was a bride. And we were all bitch crying like babies. And like watching this unfold, and the testament of humanity and love and community, and us all coming together and facilitating that. And little Austin, how many times did he thank you for being there? Like, he thanked me at least 6 times. He's 8-year-old kid.
He's 8 years old, and you would have never guessed his maturity level was amazing. He made sure that his mom was being a daughter that day. Not a mom, but a daughter.
Yeah.
And man,
he kept coming up to me and he said, thank you for doing this for my mom and my pap.
Now, I did not do a lot of the setup or anything, but I photographed what was there.
Yeah.
And all that was there was just love, compassion, empathy, and full-on grace.
Yeah.
Only love
can
execute. And
the nurses. They were all like bridesmaids. Like they were carrying her dress, fixing her hair, fixing her veil, helping her, with her train. Like they were giddy. They were like giddy, like bridesmaids. And they prepped him. They shaved him. They got him all ready for the occasion.
Nurses are like,
shady side nurses.
Angels from heaven.
Yeah.
Nurses are absolutely selfless beyond measure that we could ever comprehend. And I love my nurses.
And shout out to the nurses at UPMC Shady Side Hospital that helped us that day on the 7th floor. But this is the point where it hit me the hardest. We did everything that day. We executed. We took photos. We took them outside. You've got gorgeous photos, which we're going to pop these photos in because you have to see what she did with a hospital and how she turned it into wedding photos was amazing. But the next day, KDKA came in and interviewed Miranda, and it was on the news the next day. And I didn't know about this until after the fact, but it was on the news at 7:00, and he saw it on the news, and he was so proud that he was there and that he walked his daughter down the aisle, and he passed away at 10:00 that night, surrounded by love and family. And it didn't hit me to that moment when Miranda emailed me and she said, my dad passed. He watched it on the news. He was really happy that we had that together, that we had that time together, and that he could walk me down the aisle. And like 10:00 that night, after he saw it on the news, he passed away. And I realized at that moment, we helped give him his final wish.
Given him his peace to cross over to wherever they believe he will be is probably one of the most rewarding things that we could possibly do in a lifetime. I think
I think he was on adrenaline, right? When he stood up and he walked her down the aisle, like he was so determined to do that. And he had like this, they say you get a surge before you fast, right? Before you fast. And he had that surge and he executed and he got her down the aisle. And how about him putting his hand out to shake Tyler's hand?
That's right.
And giving away his daughter, the power in that.
This is my dying breath for you to take care of my daughter. Please take care of my daughter. That look in his eyes was pretty much I can't do it anymore. Tyler, can you please take my daughter? I think what got me the most was the breathtaking book that Miranda had for her dad.
Yeah.
It wasn't just vows to Tyler, but it was vows to her father.
Yeah.
And as a daddy's girl myself, I'm in the corner crying. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm photographing this as tears are running down my face.
I know. I don't even know how you photographed it. I saw Niagara Falls coming down while you were photographing. I don't know how you did that. But circling back to the day after, when I realized, I was like, collectively, we as a community, Pittsburgh Brides, we facilitated her wish, his final wish, the family's wish to facilitate that to happen. And it all came from a place of love, joy, and happiness and humanity. And I love you for that.
I am beyond grateful and proud to be a Pittsburgh Brides. Yeah. You have crowned me with a little bit of that love, and I will wear it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And it also goes to show you that about our city as well. It's not just Pittsburgh Brides.
Yeah.
But we as Pittsburghians, that's who we are.
Yeah. And proof of that was the nurses at Shady Side.
Gosh,
and
my
how
goodness.
they stepped out. Well,
here I am, blubbering mess.
Yeah, I'm a blubbering mess too. That stated, Amy Jennings, you can find her at
Jennings Photography. You could find me on Pittsburgh Brides.
PittsburghBrides.com. And she likes to do a free consultation or a Zoom call with you to get to know, or let's yet, meet in person.
Meet in person. Let's do a complimentary engagement session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complimentary.
Or bridal. Just put on your third dress.
Bridal portraits. Pretend bride.
Love it.
Yeah, love it. Let's do it. Amy, thank you so much for being here today. I've enjoyed our conversation. I've enjoyed our time together. Happy holidays to you, because I know it's right around the corner. I'm so excited. It's nothing like Christmas in Pittsburgh.
It really, really is. It's kind of like the second place. It's second place to New York City, though. New York City has like that extra little charm.
I beg to differ. Because the warmth and the love,
I know,
is here in Pittsburgh.
Is here, Pittsburgh.
New York doesn't have that.
I know, right now.
So
I lied.
You're gonna walk that back, right?
I'm gonna walk that back.
I gotta walk that back. Okay, thank you so much for being with us.
Bye, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, you learned anything, be sure to give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on Facebook groups at Pittsburgh Brides, where the conversation is always going on about all things wedding. Thanks. Bye.